So this will go in the oven now at 350 for about 10 minutes. And then I'll check it. It could go as long as 15. Alright, so while that's in there, we're going to take this, because this is going to cover our stuffed pizza. You don't like these creases to be in there, so I'm going to trade so I can manipulate them better. And I'm just going to take my dough, same thing as before, I'm going to squish it down with my hand as best I can. And this one we got to guess because we put our pan in the oven, but we're going to try and make it the same size as that top. And you want this to be thin because this is really just to cover everything up. Take a peek at it. We'll see. It's going to be close. That's what we ended up with. It's really nice and thin. So we'll have to lay it on top and peel the paper off, which is fine. Then probably end up fixing some of the bits and pieces individually. I'm going to slice olives while we wait. Spinach back in a bowl. So you can see as we chop this up, it actually got smaller already. About 3/4 of the volume of before. When it cooks, it'll be about 1/10 of that. So don't worry, it's not going to be a salad inside there, as I'm sure you were all very worried about that. Good amount of olives. Again, this is not like science. You don't have to do this many olives. You can do more of these olives. So what we're going to do is when the crust is ready, we're going to take it out. We're going to take some of this mozzarella cheese and we're going to line the bottom. Not completely line it, but get some cheese down there in the bottom. We're going to put our meat and our about 2/3 of our meat will go in at that time at the bottom, along with the spinach. I'll sprinkle mozzarella cheese on top of that. Then I will I'll put sprinkle our mozzarella cheese on top of that. Put more. That's it. And I'll put the this crust on top of that. Probably should put some pizza sauce in there. We're going to lay our mozzarella cheese, and we're just going to take the spoon and do about 1/3 of our pizza sauce. I just toss it in there so it can sort of incorporate in there. Showing is going to be easier than telling you. How's that? So I'm just going to break up my bacon. Not rocket science here. I like pieces fairly big. Some like them really small. Totally up to you. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You can't really wreck bacon. I mean, it's outside of maybe sticking it on ice cream or something. I can't imagine where bacon wouldn't be good. But all right, I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and take that out and call it good. So the crust cooked pretty nicely. I'll show you that. So the edges are brown. We don't want them to burn. It's starting to peel away for a little bit. We'll be good there. And so you can make your stuffed pizza however you like. Some people put cheese directly on the bottom. What I'm going to do this time is, I'm going to go ahead and spread my sauce out really thin. Again, it's hot, so don't touch the sides. And it's going to be super thin here. You won't even, not like, like you would do a normal pizza, much thinner. And this is just, because I like the bottom to be zesty with the sauce. That's all. So I think the traditional way to do a stuffed pizza would be to stick your cheese right down there. But I'm going to add a little sauce. Just a little bit. All right. And now I sliced up some mozzarella, and this might be a bit too thick. Yeah, it's too thick. So I apologize while I'm just going to... let them drop in. And again, this is 6 ounces of mozzarella, fresh mozzarella. You could use this shredded, just dump it on the bottom. This is going to have a little bit more of a pull to it, if I'm using the right term, and it'll be real super soft and hopefully taste nice and fresh. And I'm going to do one more. So a lot of people, what they do is they take sliced provolone, thin sliced provolone. They cover the whole bottom of that. That is delicious. If I had thin sliced provolone, that's what you'd be looking at. But the fresh mozzarella is good too, so go with that. So again, I think I called it deep dish at the beginning. It's really more of a stuffed, and so I apologize for this bit, but it's worth it in the end to get your bottom of your pizza, when you bite into it, to be cheesy without being overly cheesy. And those thick slices would have been overly cheesy. Alright, so then I'm going to add about 2/3 of my, remember I'm doing half, right? I got to mark this somehow as well. Bacon, sausage. Really get your meats in here at the bottom. That's the meat of the pizza, so to speak. I don't know, I'm going to mark half and half, but luckily nobody's going to complain too much about getting a bite or two of sausage or a bite or two of bacon in this house. But if you're doing something really weird that you know nobody's going to want to slide down the middle on, make sure you mark your pan, or you mark your dough with a crease or something to let everyone know, hey, don't go past this spot. Alright, a little more olive. This family likes olive, so if this feels like way too much to you, you're probably right, and don't feel like you have to put it in. Alright, then just cover the whole thing in spinach. So I didn't make mine go as high as I normally do, so I only used probably 2/3 of the spinach. I don't want to go too much more than this because I don't want it to be a salad. And while it looks like it's a salad, now it's not. Nope. Look at that. So I use my salt shaker as my half point, just so you know. in there. Probably that'll cook up real nice with that spinach. You can already feel it like adhering to it. And then I'm gonna put some sausage on top of the spinach. And then just a little, very light spring. This is part of that 2 ounces. I lied to you. This came out of a bag just now. My 2 ounces is in there. So I'm adding more cheese than I said. But just this little light bit, right, on top. Then we take our top, and hopefully we made it big enough. And if we did, I can't move my pan too much because, yeah, and definitely when you roll this thin, add a little more butter to the paper as it is sticking pretty good. That's alright if it rips. You just finger it back together. Add just a touch more maybe to your dough, or make your bottom a little bit thinner. So I'm going to cheat and just sort of lay this in, because the idea here is just so we can put our pizza sauce on top. You don't have to seal it or anything like that. This isn't quite as front. It did not come out as well as I'd like, but you get the idea. So here's our top. Just steal from places to fill in. So that'll cook up nicely. Not too hot. And then dump our sauce on. So I do go a little bit heavy on the sauce here. Oh, just so you know, this will make for you. You could actually cook your top if you want your top crispy. You would cook your top. My top's going to be a little bit more doughy. Again, it is just whatever you prefer. So, but hopefully in the end, nobody will know that's torn underneath all the pieces. So now I just take these guys, toss them on. You can put your meats on first. Probably, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to throw my other toppings on. When I cook it. Alright, and then I'm just going to take this, which mix it up a little bit. This is mozzarella and Parmesan that we mixed together at the beginning, and just sprinkle that guy on top. And like I say, I'm about 2 ounces over on the cheese, so if you really don't like, you're not a cheese guy, cheese person, sorry, you know, take it easy on the cheese. That's all. So this will go in the oven basically until that starts to bubble up and get crisp. So we'll stick that back in the oven and we will be good to go. Mine's been out for a while because I've been explaining things, but don't pick the pan up by hand when you're doing this. Usually you're fast enough to still have a 350-degree pan, and that would burn really bad. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot my own advice. I didn't stick anything underneath that pan. Let me get here's my big pan. I got a big pan. All right, so now we're not going to drip all over our oven and this. Oh, yeah, don't eat the dough off the dough. It's got raw egg in it. So it finished up. I didn't switch out the memory on my other one, so we ran out at some point. And when I go to edit it, I will find out where that happened and hopefully edit this in nicely, but it came out really pretty. And the counter's cleaned up. All right. I will show a slice of this guy in a minute. All right, so it's looking beautiful. I have an assistant to help me with this. So I'm going to hit the spring form. Hopefully we pop right out of this guy. Oh, beautiful. All right. And then, now hot the bottom is not too bad. All right, just going to slide it onto our plate. Oh, it's hanging on pretty good. This is why you use the parchment paper. You don't have to scratch up your springform pan. And I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece just so we can see. And let's get our pizza cutter. Oh, go behind you. All right. So we did a half pizza, half bacon, half sausage, and it's right down here is our. I'm going to actually cut the edge with a knife just so I can get a nice start. You're not going to care if you get a little bit of bacon in your sausage, are you kidding?
Yep.
So a little bit, it's not as crispy as your traditional dough crust, but it certainly is close. So cut, it's going to end up making, it is going to end up making 8, but really, I would say 6 would be a serving size, 6 pieces. I'm just going to lift this out of here so you can see what we look like. Oh, that looks good. So that one's a bacon, spinach, and olive. That's going to be really tasty. You can have it for lunch if you want.
Okay. Probably will.
You do it. And then I'll do a sausage just for fairness. So it's holding together pretty good. A little cheesy there. But there it is. Maybe a little bit too much mozzarella on top, but I never complain about too much cheese. So. All right, so I am going to go ahead and enjoy a piece of the bacon side. Oh, that's good. Well, that makes my tummy happy. All right, that's delicious. Okay. So we took one sausage and one bacon, and that's what the inside looks like there. But it really did turn out nice. It's very tasty, and we ended up with 8 pieces, so a serving size is actually more than 1 piece. I'm going to go sneak up on Aubrey and see what she's doing with hers. Let's go. Aubrey's got her piece going. She's not an American. She eats pizza with a fork.
Oh my god.
Is that the sausage rolling off?
Yeah. Falling apart. I can get it.
Wow. Nice. How is it?
Delicious.
Good.
Milk now.
Very good. Sophie, do you like pizza? She just likes to be with her Aubrey.